Backlash 2025. The other storyline looks like it's going to be, Breakkker moving himself into the main event with Seth Rollins. And they're going to be going up against CM Punk and Roman Reigns. This match hasn't been announced, but you can kind of see that this is the way that they're moving. I think that there's no doubt in my mind, Bron Breakkker as well as Seth Rollins, they beat up Punk one-on-one, and then basically they picked him up, they threw him out of the ring, and then they beat up Roman. Roman and Punk are going to have to find a way to coexist and to be able to beat these guys. And I don't think that there's any doubt in my mind that, unlike when they were teamed up in War Games, this time they're not going to be able to decide who gets to hit the finisher, who gets to count the pin. Both of these guys are going to want the glory of defeating them, because they both got screwed over by Paul Heyman. I think it's going to come down to where, more than likely, Roman is going to basically turn on Punk, and Punk's going to get pinned, or, Punk could get mad and hit his finisher on Roman, and, Roman gets pinned in the middle of the ring. And I think that's going to lead us towards Punk versus Roman at SummerSlam, which is a very, very appealing match, even without the championship there. It's a definite co-main event that I could headline SummerSlam. It could be one of the biggest matches on the show. So a lot of different directions that this could be going. The whole, championship on John Cena doesn't make a ton of sense to me. With Jey Uso holding the World Heavyweight Championship, is Rollins just going to be waiting for Cena to lose the belt and pounce on whoever loses it? Or is Rollins going to go after Jey Uso and get that World Heavyweight Championship, which is kind of looked at what like the Intercontinental title used to be back in the day. It is a title that could headline SmackDown, it could headline Raw, but it is definitely not the same appeal as, they just retired it as the Universal title. So is it just the WWE Championship? Is it the WWE? I'm not really quite sure what I'm supposed to call it. When I was growing up, the belt that Hogan had was just the WWF Championship, and then during the brand split, they brought back the WCW title, which became the World Heavyweight title, and somewhere along the way, everything just sort of got like mixed up and crossed and all that jazz. So it is what it is. I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna be a damn good summer for WWE. They just got to keep hitting the ball, keeping it in play, and I think that a lot of people are going to get appealed. As long as they don't really get into like politics and screw that all up by turning people off, by people telling people their beliefs and what they think of, and just keep it to wrestling. I think that this is a really big era for wrestling, that I think a lot of people that have been putting up with crap for a long time are going to be proud to be wrestling fans, and think that it's good. But then again, I thought WrestleMania was awesome, and people were kind of complaining about the finish of that match, and then I thought they gave us a really excellent Monday Night Raw, and then people were kind of complaining that Rusev was a guy that they didn't use. He left, and now why do we care that he comes back? I mean, it honestly seemed like 4 girls got moved up from NXT. Going to be making an awesome women's division even better, especially with what I've been talking about with the mid-card titles in the women's division, with the Intercontinental title, and then Chelsea Green with the United States title. It's going to make those belts mean even more, to the point where they have to be defended, because you're going to have these girls used on WrestleMania next year. So I'm really looking forward to it. Backlash 2025, St. Louis. I think it's in 2 weeks, guys. Let's go.